Yo, what's poppin', guys? It's your boy Offline Nuzlocke, and welcome back to yet another draft recap. Today, I will be going over my team for the GWA, which is a low tier Pokemon draft league. At least that's what I'm taking part of. So if you guys are excited, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, like the video, and let me explain what this GWA low tier draft season is. We are on season 2. Basically, it was a snake style draft. Look it up if you don't understand it. Each coach needed to draft 10 to 12 Pokemon and, get Terra Captains. We can terrestrialize 4 Pokemon. One Pokemon can be a terrestrialization if they're 15 points or above. Only one of them, but they only get to keep one stab type as their Terra type and then another type that they choose of. So only 2. And then you can have one Pokemon between 10 to 14 points, and they can choose a stab Terra type and then 2 other types, whatever they want. Teams can also pick 2 other Pokemon Terra, which are 9 points and under, and they can also choose one stab type to terrestrialize in and 2 others, but they needed to be in a budget of 12 Terra points in total. So a little bit complicated of a Terra budget, but you don't have to worry about that. Doc is in the description if you want to check it out. But let's get on to Ultra Space Umbreon's round 1 pick. I picked up Rotom Heat. This boy was right there on the draft board. I don't think anybody wanted to take it round 1, but I did. You know why? Because I need bulk. The team plan that I had going into this draft requires Rotom Heat. It is the best defensive Pokemon you can pick up in Draft League. Has so much potential. You can Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp, Overheat, Hex, do a bunch of cool stuff. It lost Defog, but who cares? I slap heavy duty boots every single week, and this boy is good to go. And that's basically what Rotom Heat does. Like, will switch around, causes detriments into the other team, causes chaos, and that's exactly why I picked it up. Up next, I picked up Terra Noivern. That's correct. I had this boy planned to be on my team for this low tier Terra, and honestly, like, Terra Noivern's kind of crazy with terrestrialization as well. This was like 14 points, so I could choose 3 Terra types. So I went with Flying, Normal, and Steel. Now, I really don't need to explain the first 2 because literally, like, Flying, terrestrialization, like, give me stab on top of stab, like, this thing's gonna hit hard. And then Terra Normal Boom Burst is like actually a thing that people know about, so that's there. And I thought Terra Steel would be a pretty interesting choice for terrestrialization for Noivern. I wanted to like test things out, like I can go Terra Fairy on everything, but I wanted to see, if I could make Terra Steel Noivern work. That looked pretty kind of sick. So yeah, I went with Terra Steel on Noivern. This thing was on my radar since round 1, but I thought like round 1, it's kind of too early of a pick, and like I saw things like Gallade and Blaziken going, so I'm like, Noivern can make it back to me. I was the round 10th pick, so like, once I picked up Rotom, it's like 4 more rounds, like I can get it back, and that's exactly what happened. I'm like, yo, Terra Noivern, like, it's my boombox, and it's gonna cause some banger sounds this season, basically whack things in the head. Anyways, up next, I picked up Espeon, and this is another Terra captain of mine. And this Espeon is a 15 pointer, so it only has 2 terrestrialization types, and I picked Psychic and Fairy. Dude, this thing gets Magic Bounce, first of all, and the thing with Espeon is like, you really don't need much setup. This thing can just hit hard, and that is exactly what I wanted. Like, I want my team to be fast and hit hard. And also, I kind of want to run memes all this season. I didn't tell you guys that. So if you see my team and be like, this team is so mid, just remember, it's gonna be a meme team. So don't judge it too hard till you see my heat sets that come out this season. So yeah, Espeon, Magic Bounce, cool stuff. Terra Fairy, Terra Psychic hits hard, can set up Calm Mind, Sweep, and things like that. So be on a lookout for this. Up next, I grabbed Fortress, and obviously, Fortress is a steel type. You know, I want to build my Fairy Dragon Steel Core. Also, I get a great Rapid Spinner. If you look at my top 4 picks, I already have a Defogger. I already have something that doesn't care about hazards. I already have a spinner. You know, I am not getting hazard stack in this league, especially teams that went mono poison with toxic spikes and stuff. I'm like, I'm not dealing with that thing. Anyways, Fortress gives me a great defensive Pokemon because, you know, this team like definitely needs great defense. And also, I can run some memes with my boy Fortress, so that's gonna be great. Also, this is a Wi-Fi league. I needed to mention that, but yeah, Fortress is gonna do some cool things. I'm not gonna reveal too much, you know, because it's a meme league. But yeah, it does rapid spin like standard defensive. You can blow up. Explosion is a pretty common thing with this. Also can Volt switch around. Sets up hazards like T spikes, spikes, stealth rocks, you name it. And yeah, it's just a good defensive mon that I can have fun with and bring it as a backbone every week if I really need it, you know? Up next, I grab my boy Samurai, and let me tell you guys a story about Samurai. In this league, there's 2 types of people, right? One that are pro Samurai, aka Dries. That's the only person in the league who's like Samurai great, Samurai great. I think it's been like a kill leader or something, but you know me, I love me some Samurai, alright? I don't think it's the greatest Pokemon of all time. Like, that's just not true, like Dries says, but it's also not mid, alright? So the other side of the coin is like the mid haters of Samurai. They're like, Samurai mid Pokemon. Like, come on. You can make this thing work. This thing is fantastic. And that is what I'm here to prove. I grabbed my boy Samurai because, you know, this thing is not the greatest of all time, but also not mid of all time. So we're going to put Samurai right in its place, run some tech. Maybe it works some weeks, doesn't work some weeks. All right, but Samurai's going to do its thing, you know, chill on the team and run some heat sets. All right, that's why I picked up Samurai. Actually, I'm going to be honest. I literally dropped half of my team to pick up Samurai. So here we are. I just wanted to do it because like somebody dropped it mid draft and Drives was like really sad about it. So I'm like, all right, I'll pick it up. I'll pick up my boy because Samurott can still do some pretty interesting things. And honestly, I'm kind of excited to use this. Is it hyper good tier? Probably not. But is it that mid? Probably not. Like, you know, we're here. We're gonna show what Samurai is all about, and it's a pretty good water type, you know, gives me priority and stuff like this, and really good fire water core starting up too. So I think Samurai fit pretty well on this team, and I'm kind of happy that I'm drafted this mon. Up next, I go ahead and grab myself a Alolan Muk. Alright, let me tell you something about Alolan Muk. If you look at the special defense stat of this Pokemon, it's just through the roof, alright? The other thing that I'm gonna tell you about this thing is it gets Poison Touch. So it's a free poison once every time you hit it with a physical attack set. Let me tell you another thing about this thing. It gets knockoff. I can get rid of anybody's item in this league, alright? And it's a dark type, so I don't care about any of those prankster mons floating around. This thing literally absorbs T-Spikes for the team if I don't want to get poisoned so late. Now again, if anybody dares to bring T-Spikes, just know I have Defog, I have Magic Bounce, I have Rapid Spin, and I have Alolan Muk. That's 4 things right there, and if you want to bring T-Spikes, go ahead. You will be wasting a move, and I'll be trying to bring my heat and sweep your entire team. Maybe. This is not a threat. I just wanted to say, do not bring T-Spikes against me. I just hate it. Anyways, Muk just gives me exactly the thing that I don't want T-Spikes, and it's perfect. It's perfect for my team, fits in the team really well, gives me a really good dark type that can knock off, and yeah, it's a pretty defensive mon. You know, I've been gathering some defensive Pokemon that can hit hard. I also have some fast hitters, some things that can just wall break, and honestly like Muk can kind of fit in like some of the roles really well. And honestly, the team synergy right now is through the roof, and that is exactly what I was going for with the meme team, because you know I'm gonna need some backbone if I want to make some crazy tech work, and that is exactly the way I drafted for this. Up next, I go ahead and pick up my boy Palisade. All right, now let me tell you a story about a toy castle, right? So, a sand castle is something you can make on a beach, right? But Palisand is the ghost of the sand castle, or I don't know, whatever the Pokemon lore is. But let me tell you one more thing about this spawn. It's just defensive. Honestly, like it's another Pokemon that's like a backbone to the team, and it just hurts. I mean, it takes moves and then just heals itself back up. And another Mon that I can just be like, yo, Palisand, you want to be a defensive backbone to my heat sets? Yeah. Bring it. Bring it. Yep. Palisand gives me rocks. It gives me water compaction for some nasty water types that are floating around. It is also a pretty good Pokemon to take hits with. Can shore up. It can deal damage too. I feel like offensive Palisand is not a bad idea. I just have to look at it and make some tech work. But yeah, honestly, like these are like my defensive mons that I picked up early in the draft because I know this is a low tier Terra League, all right, and it's a low tier Pokemon League. So like things like Kyurem and things are like Annihilate and Palafin are gone. Like literally, like 20 pointers are Gallade and Blaziken. So you gotta draft some heat, and that's what Palisand is right here. Um, but yeah, I should probably explain that in the beginning of the video, but oh well. We're like 40 minutes in or 12 minutes in. So, yeah. Palisand, pretty cool mon. Honestly, I love the pick. And let's get into the actual heat picks of the season. Up next, I grab Terra Gogo. And Terra Gogo literally is the GOAT, like greatest of all time, right? Because this mon gets Sap Super, first of all. And I can pick Terra Grass, Terra Ground, and Terra Fairy. If you guys don't know about Gogo, like Gen 6, this mon was a sleeper in random battles, alright? All I remember is Bulk Up, Milk Drink, EQ, Go-Go. Now pair that with Terra Ground or Terra Grass, right? And this thing just horn leeches, destroys, it saps all the health out of the opponents. Also gives me a great mon to do some tech work with. All right, we take the goat to the kitchen and we cook a little bit, and that is exactly what this Go-Go is gonna do. It's gonna cook. All right, and I hope I can bring a Heat Terra Go-Go set sometime this season. But this mon seems like it would be fun to run um, with some heat. And that's all I have for Go-Go. I mean, I just drafted meme mons that I don't think nobody ever wants to use, and I want to try and see if I can make them work. Like, who's gonna pick up Palisand right there? Like, I haven't seen it get drafted in like a million years from Sun and Moon, right? I haven't seen Go-Go get it drafted, and that's what I want to do. I want to pick those up and show them why you should draft them. I might be living under a rock and everybody drafts those things, but I haven't seen them work because I haven't seen them in my homepage. So we're going to change that today or in this season, I guess. But yeah, up next, I go ahead and grab my Embor. It's my firefighting type. You already know you got to grab a firefighting starter like, oh my god, Game Freak, stop making those firefighting starters. No, give me more. It's such a good typing. Like, literally, like, I can make them work. I need them in my team. Like, if they get drafted, like, who am I gonna pick, you know? Like, Blaziken was gone. What am I supposed to do? Grab Embor? Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, this thing is reckless. That's all I need. I need a reckless board to just break other people's team. And that's exactly what I did. Like, this thing's gonna hit hard. It's gonna get in. It's gonna get out. KO itself or something like that, and then just wall break for the team. And that's what I was looking for. I'm like, you guys want to see some threats? I'm gonna grab the low tier threats and show this league like we're doing some low tier Terra stuff. Like, let's actually play the low tier mons. So I grab Ember. It's a pretty fun Pokemon. Honestly, like, you can run AV, Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Rocky Helmet sometimes, like, you can even run Blaze Ember to be fair. Like, that thing's just gonna hurt. So be on the lookout for this thing. But yeah, it's gonna wall break this season. I'm pretty excited for Endeavor My Hero Academia, if anybody watches that. Like Endeavor is kind of like not goated at all. Like pretty lame character. And if you disagree, let me know down in the comments. All right, up next, I go ahead and grab my Wigglytuff. All right, if you guys don't know about Jigglypuff, this is like the evolved form of it. This is pretty basic Pokemon stuff. Like, I'm talking to like a bunch of fourth graders. I'm like, oh, Jigglypuff evolves into Wigglytuff. But let's be real, all right? If you play Pokemon Unite, Wigglytuff is the most meme Pokemon you can pick up, and I feel like I want to make that in Draft League as well. Like, this thing's gonna come in any week that it comes in. Like, don't even expect a standard set, because like, if this mon hits the field, it's gonna be the funniest thing ever. And I'm just trying to think about what I can run with this. It gets competitive, which is the funniest ability that I've ever seen. Like, competitive on Wigglytuff being a fairy type is just funniest thing ever, because you can actually make this work, and with the defense stat that this thing has, it would just be funny. It's not, it's gonna be so hilarious if this mod hits the field and I have like a crazy cool tech, which I don't even know what I can run on this thing, but it gives me a fairy type to finish my Dragon Fairy Steel Core, right? But I feel like Wigglytuff hitting the field is just gonna be funniest thing ever, and I hope I can make it work. Cause I don't know why I picked up Wigglytuff. It's there. It fills up my Dragon Fairy Steel Core. My Fire Water Grass core is actually pretty decent with Samu, Emboar, and Go-Goat or Rotom. Go-Goat and Emboar or Samu. I don't know. A bunch of those mons, but I feel like Wiggly is just the funniest thing to fill up my Dragon Fairy Steel Core, and actually it works pretty well, to be honest, because it can take up hits that the other two don't, and it is also a meme Pokemon. Like, I haven't seen a Wigglytuff being used in forever, um, so I grabbed it. I'm going for a meme team. Like, I feel like this pair of roster is a bunch of hooligans you take off of like the back benches of the school, and just make a funny team out of it. Like, just think about this Pokemon team playing soccer or something. Like, it would just be hilarious, right? But we would be scoring some goals, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do in this season. Last but not the least, I grab my boy Zebstrika. If you guys don't think this team is goated, this Pokemon will make it goated. Zebstrika is the best Pokemon that has ever existed. Those words have come out of my friend's mouth, and I didn't believe him. But then I took it to Showdown. And this mod, in the absolute lowest tier, caused chaos. And that is exactly what I want to bring in this league. I want to cause chaos with the Zebra once again. I've just had so much fun using this mod that I can't wait to bring some of the sets that I've tried with Zebstrika. It being a Terra Captain with Electric, Ice, and Fairy, it's just gonna be good. It's just gonna be so good because, I've ran Electric before. I ran Ice before. Both beam coverage is real. And Zebstrika being fast with Snoivern and with Espeon, like, this team has come full circle. This team literally looks like a low tier draft league team. Even though I wanted to put a meme team for the format, I really think Zebstrika rounds this team really well. Still gives me a fast electric type. Still fills up my cores that I need. Even though I have Rotom, even though I have some of the other types that it wants to fulfill, I feel like Zebstrika just rounds out the team really well. And overall, like, this team has synergy, and if you try and sleep on my team, you're not gonna appreciate it. You're not gonna appreciate it when the team comes out to do some work. And that is exactly what I want from this team. So, overall, the Ultra Space Umbreon has drafted Rotom, Noivern, Espeon, Fortress, Samurott, Alolan Mug, Palossand, Go-Go, Emboar, Wigglytuff, and Zebstrika. This is our team for GWA Season 2 for the low tier Terras. I will be playing on the Switch for most of our games. FYI, week 1, I'm going to be playing on Showdown because the opponent had some issues with their Switch, and I don't blame 'em. So yeah, we'll be going on Showdown for week 1, but we'll be on the Switch from week 2, and I hope you guys are excited because this team is gonna cause some chaos. And yeah, it's just gonna be a fun season. I want to take a chill approach to this league because I have my serious league in the APL that I'm getting absolutely destroyed in. And I thought, if I'm doing draft league stuff, maybe I should try and do some funny things with some chill approach because I don't want to be stressed out for 2 battles a week. That's just insane. So, I'm going to be going towards the chill approach and trying to see if I can make this team work. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But if you guys have any thoughts, let me know down in the comments below. Um, this team literally did not look like this before the draft ended, but you know me. I end up changing literally my whole team once the draft is over, but that's how it be sometimes. But honestly, I loved how the team has came out. We get a 24-hour grace period again later in the season if we really want to change our teams again, which I don't think I will, but we'll see what happens with this league. But I think I'm pretty happy with the team. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And also uploads probably Tuesdays for this league or Fridays. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I got. Peace out, Offline Squad.